Hello, Scripted Strawberries. I hope you're having a lovely day. And welcome back to the Disney Drawing Challenge hosted by crazy comic lady Sambeawesome and yours truly. Today I'm working on prompt number 13, which is to draw a Disney character as a fairy. Um, I don't know if 100% of this counts, at least to some people, because apparently what I've learned is that a lot of people don't consider Pixar to be Disney, or when they think Disney, they think the 2D or I guess more recently 3D animated movies from the main studio. I personally have always considered Pixar as Disney, and whenever I've gone to downtown Disney, they sell Pixar merchandise, so, I mean, that would kind of lead me to assume that it counts. So, yeah, I ended up picking Otto from Wally because actually, this was mostly inspired by Sam's piece from last year when she chose Otto for Draw a Villain as an innocent child, and she drew up the blueprint. I thought that was really cool, and oof, it looked really difficult too because perspective and stuff, and I did end up trying to use perspective with this picture, and I think I kind of failed. Um, I will admit, because perspective is still one of those really shaky, uncharted territories for me, so I mean, you do what you can, and I'll eventually get a better handle on it, but this is kind of that learning curve, muddy quagmire where you're just kind of doing a bunch of trial and error and trying to feel your way through it, and it's going to get messy, and you're probably going to feel really insecure about it, but you just got to keep going through with it. You just got to keep going, or else you're never going to get better. So, um, yeah, this is one of those pieces I really tried, but I still feel like there's something off, but I can't quite fix it yet. But, I did what I could. And I also ended up drawing Crazy Comic Lady's Mushroom Fairy Button. I've been meaning to draw her for so long, and um, thanks to a suggestion of maybe adding some Easter eggs from one of my friends on DeviantArt and Discord and Picardo. um, uh, that'd be kind of cool to add in Button, especially because I've been meaning to draw her, but because I'm so terrible at drawing children, like, I don't know what it is, but I have had such a there's just been so much resistance whenever I've tried to draw a child under the age of 10, maybe. And even though I've looked at tutorials and stuff on certain features you're supposed to do, I don't know why, but it's just been it's also been a struggle. So this piece is definitely one of those pieces where it's like I struggled a lot. Especially too because although I found a cool technique to kind of fake airbrush, I say fake airbrush, but what I did was I took a can of some dust cleaner for computers where you spritz out, it's like concentrated air. They use chemicals to try and really concentrate it and just like get air out of the crevices of your keyboard and just, tiny crevices in general when you're cleaning up dust. I tried to use that for the wings for Otto, and then I ended up spritzing a little bit just all over the piece with the green. But it was not easy to control naturally because I mean, even though you've got like this little straw, it's still, I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to find a better adhesive in the future instead of just putting paper on top as a stencil to try and hold it down. I don't know. Definitely, I would like to try more of it in the future though, because I have a bunch of Sharpies, but I can't stand Sharpies because their smell is, ugh, it just makes me cringe. So, if I can find something more productive to use them for, because I'll never use them to draw or like color normally. I still will never understand how people have the patience for, like how their noses have the patience for that. It just bothers me way too much. But, I managed to kind of make it work. I thought I would add a little bit of white highlights to them, and I ended up going back in with my Copics because I realized about halfway through the coloring process that Button looked a lot less, like she popped a lot less than Otto did because Otto has, you know, very mechanical, very man-made, and very linear and sharp metallics in the coloring. So I had to really, like, he popped out a little too much, or it, I guess. I say he because the voice sounded male. I don't even know. But, yeah, so I ended up going back in and trying to use my Copics to darken up, give a little more contrast to Button, and yeah, I hope they came across pretty decently. I'm guessing maybe, like, they're in the forest, and with the way Crazy Comic Lady has drawn the fairies, they tend to be really small, so I thought maybe they're in the grass, and that's what those big green things are behind them. And, maybe with this choice, because Otto is not connected to, you know, the Axiom, it's not really it doesn't really have a directive anymore, or if it does have a directive, it's, um, purely based on, I don't know, maybe the first person who meets it, maybe the first or being who meets it is Button. And I thought with this picture, I thought I just wanted to go something kind of cute with this picture, not gonna lie. With, when I'm thinking about like Ariel and just how dark and stuff it was, like, let's do something a little more cheery. So I thought maybe Button would just like take to Otto as like a new friend, and that she would make like little flower crowns and just hang them all over it. And yeah. This is just I don't even know. It sounded cute, okay? Um, but yeah, I think that'll be wrapping it up for me. I gotta work on the next prompt because I'm ready to finish this, and I'm pretty sure you guys are too. I've dragged this on for over half a month after it should have been finished, but you do what you can. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and for your support. Your comments mean so much to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys again for the final prompt. Until next time. Until next time. I don't even know.